Thanks for coming back. If you're coming back around for another reading, if it's your first time, welcome. I am Sapphire Spider Oracle, Mother Spider, and I don't know why it wants me to introduce myself to you, but I guess I've got somebody new here listening, so thanks for stopping by. I'm using the Starman Tarot today, David Bowie inspired tarot, because I've been literally seeing shooting stars and dreaming of stars a lot lately, and lots of symbolism coming through. At the same time, we've got lots of red crystals and red energy in here today. Lots of root chakra, sacral chakra focus. Very much needing to ground the energies coming in. Like I said, I've been dreaming and literally seeing shooting stars. There's a lot of energy coming into the collective right now, and it needs to be grounded. Needs to be grounded. So let's dig in, Aquarius. It's been a hot minute. It's been a hot minute since I've been able to do everyone's individual zodiac sign. I've been doing pick-a-piles. Maybe go check out a pick-a-pile. Something just pricked my right cheek. What's for? Just said window pane, window pane. It wants me to window pane them. I'll have to move some of these up in a minute for you guys, but it wants them kind of like this. All right. What's going on, Aquarius? Hang on. This is so weird. It before I even flip anything, it just gave me the game Four Corners, which is something I used to play in elementary school. And it reminded me of like 7 Up, like the thumbs up game we'd play in elementary school. There was 4 corners and 7 Up. That's so weird. It's bringing me like these games that you play literally in like elementary school, grade school, things you do as group activities with a class. Or just a bunch of people, right? Well, there's definitely a message coming in for you with this Page of Wands. Now, I want to say right before I started this little batch of readings tonight, today is the 11/11 portal. So it's Veterans Day. It's also in the spiritual world, though, a very magical manifestation portal. And she popped out and fell on my right shoe, which I was experiencing something else today. And it's a jelly that happens to look a lot like Cinderella shoes, like kind of like glass slippers, but they're jellies, right? But I joke all the time that they're my Cinderella slippers. And I'm just saying, like, she's already been out for me today. There's lots of energies trying to come through with a message. It does have something to kind of do in my world with like a Cinderella theme, like if the shoe fits, someone's coming to trying to make the shoe fit, but like it hasn't been a negative message. It's been very positive, like if the shoe fits, like there's something coming to see if the shoe fits you, right, Cinderella? Interesting. It just said, look out your window. That's what I mean. There's something here about a window. It just said, look out your window. I'm feeling, Aquarius, like you've been very bottled up in the house, which me too. It just said, me too, girl. Me too. So somebody's been definitely a little homebody, which, whew. Yeah, before I could even like talk about this card, I was finishing my sentence. I was just saying, like, that's not a surprise, right? A lot of us, our careers have changed, our home life's changed, our children are doing online school, we're working from home, yada yada yada. So that's what it's saying. It's saying, look outside your window. Why? Look at this sacred clown. It's the Fool card, and it's basically it's literally showing me the sun. It's giving me the song, here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. And I say, it's all right. And so that's what I mean. Like, this is literally like some positive energy. I mean, when we think of a clown too, right? They're usually meant to be fun. Clowns can be a little creepy though, right? And that's how this card kind of comes in. You're not quite sure what he's doing. You're not quite sure if he's going to be funny or kind of creepy. Like, we're just so there's something here about that. It's like you're just very unsure about this. But it is fresh, new energy, and that's what Spirit's trying to send to you, is some excitement. There are some bear traps kind of here around his feet, and it's one of those things where maybe he knows they're there, maybe he doesn't. He's not even really paying attention. He's going to be okay, even if he looks down and does see it. Ooh, and it just pointed out the diamond floating in this bear trap right here. So that's what I mean. It's like, there's a little bit of a message here about temptation. Like, are you getting tempted by this pretty shiny object? Are you being tempted by something that looks like it's just going to be fun? Maybe it's not. Maybe they're a trickster. At the same time, look at how awesome and psychedelic that looks, right? Very inviting, but it was bringing out the sun specifically. This isn't the sun card. So what it's saying is like you need a breath of fresh air, like literally something new with the Fool card here. You need something new, and that's where I think it's literally inviting you to go outside, saying look out your window, go outside, get some fresh air, get into the sunlight. But it literally just said shopping. like getting out of the house doesn't mean you have to go spend money, is kind of what that just represented to me. Is like getting out of the house doesn't mean you have to go spend money. There is a message here that you need to get out of wherever you are mostly enclosed at. You need to look out your window, literally step outside. And there's something here about being wary about that. It's saying step outside your comfort zone. You're being very wary about that right now. No wonder, though. With this Knight of Swords go riding in for truth. Literally to the point where it can be, like, very painful sometimes, right? I always get emo vibes off this card. Hang on. It's giving me, like, 5 different things all at once. So what I was going to say is this card gives me a lot of emo vibes. And you can take that one of two ways. You can take that as literally as like what most people probably think of when they think of emo, which is someone who can be very depressed, emotional, sensitive. I don't want to just say whiny and mopey because that's not totally what emo is, right? But that's the kind of energy I get off this card sometimes. But at the same time, a Knight of Swords, which is the same thing here, a Prince of Swords, Knight of Swords will always communicate, even if it's sharp. A Knight of Swords will always tell the truth, even if it hurts. They will always defend and jump in for the truth, even if it's going to hurt some people, including themselves. And that's why there's a little bit of the sadomasochistic thing going on. But it is very much also someone who's going to be very truthful. And Aquarius, this is an air sign. This could very much be you, and this might be why you're very hesitant to step out the door and try something new, because it's like, no matter what you try to do, maybe you feel like you're either, it just said a whiny little bitch, which I can assure you you're not, Aquarius. I only know a handful of Aquariuses, and let me tell you, they are not whiny people, but they are very much the kind of people that, in my personal experience, that will certainly open their mouth and let you know how they feel and what's going on, right? And that's what I mean. It's like maybe you've been a little down on yourself and thinking that you're foolish and you're a clown and you shouldn't hurt yourself by doing these things. But Aquarius, that's who you are. And that's why there's Jesus back here in the background. And I don't know if you can see it on the video, but he's surrounded by his apostles. It's pretty much like the Last Supper field mosaic back here. And there's Jesus back here. And that's what it's saying is like, this is you hurting yourself, right? This is you cutting yourself up, but it's not even about the fact of you stepping out of your comfort zone and going to do these other things. You aren't hurting yourself in that case. Sometimes you run into people that hurt you. This is about you beating yourself up for always enjoying new things, for wanting to get that fresh air, go out there. Maybe you do like to spend a little bit of money on yourself, or maybe you do like nice things, or maybe you do like this stuff. And that's where, okay, thank you, Spirit. Whew, it was a very long-winded message, basically saying like you are hurting yourself by believing that you don't deserve certain things because you believe from some negative patterns in the past that all you're doing is repeatedly hurting yourself. There's a tiny bit of truth in that, but at the same time, it's not. It's like you see it's saying how, like, when you look in the mirror, you can see so many more scars and wounds on yourself than other people see. And that's a really important message for you, Aquarius, because you're just very honest and very truthful, and you will get to that communication in the core of that message, even if it kind of means cutting people off, and maybe even if it hurts yourself, because you're not going to put up with anything that's not honest and truthful. You're that air sign. You are Aquarius. You are rebellious, but most importantly, you're very, very authentic. And you're just not going to put up with clowns, right? You're going to tell them how it is. And so that's where you're like, I just don't even know if I wanted to go over here and do this thing. What's this last card? But honey, do you see that? Where there was once a sacred clown. It just said, turn that clown upside down. This is the Starman. This is literally the magician in most decks. This is the Starman. This is that beautiful, divine masculine ability to manifest things like that. It just told me in my head that literally what this is for some of you guys is like you're afraid of your own manifestation power, because you either feel like when you manifest things, this is the message coming through, you feel like when you try to do something new and manifest something new for yourself, that you're always going to get hurt, or you're always going to hurt other people. Because when you start pursuing these new goals and ideas, sometimes you've got to make some cuts, and sometimes you've got to say some things that might not please people, right? And Spirit's like, stop believing though that what you're doing is wrong, because it wants to point out that you are this manifester, this magician. You are literally the portal through which your goals and ideas manifest, and it needs your power, and it specifically needs that masculine power, because masculine power is doing, action, energy. It is fast energy. We're not talking about manifesting like a woman where you have to grow the idea and then birth it. We're talking about one shot with the masculine energy, right? Like you just go for it, and not only going for it, but believing that you deserve it, believing you can have it, and attracting it to you like that, or firing your shot off at that opportunity like that. That is what this energy is all about. And that's why it's trying to bring me back to these bear traps, and it's saying like, you need to stop worrying about these bear traps, because whether they're there or not, you can handle it. You can manifest. Look, there's a gun here. There's a key here. He's basically made out of light. He wouldn't even get stuck in these things, right? That's what it's saying to you. You're a light being. You are made of spirit. You can manifest all the tools and things you need to help you around any of this energy, to help you through this energy. You are magical, baby, is what it just said. You are magical. But you have to start believing it. It literally just gave me journey. Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. That's what I'm saying. Like, you've got to really know your worth and your power and feel it and attract that stuff to you, because ain't nothing like an Aquarius to step up and tell you what's on their mind and go after their goals. They'll flip the damn table to get where they need to go, right? And I mean that literally and figuratively. It's like they'll just be like, well, if I can't have this, then and like just clean the whole table, right? Because they'll just start over new. And that's what I mean. There's something's been holding you back from that, because I think maybe you did that one too many times, and you realize that yes, sometimes you get hurt in the process too, and people you love might get hurt as well. And it's just put you in this hesitation energy, and Spirit needs you to step out of that, because it's time for you to, is what it wants you to do. So, and that's where the window comes in. That's a perspective. That's a point of view. It's a single plane point of view. So look out your window, get out of the window, step out of that point of view, out of that single-minded perspective, and start seeing yourself as this really magical being. It's on the bottom of the deck for you, Aquarius. Yes, and look at her. Might as well be matching up as the feminine Starman, right? But this is the star, and this is about healing, and this is literally about some things have to go, some things get to stay. Either way, you are a magical goddess. Look, see, there's the thing. There's some people kind of drowning in this water back here, and she is a giant. She is walking out of this water. It just for the first time showed me this koi fish right here. It's just like walking out of this water, rising up like a giant over the land, and just going about your way because you don't need this anymore, right? You don't need whatever's back here sinking anymore. You are moving on to bigger, better things. And that's the star is literally Aquarius energy. It's literally the Aquarius card. This is your power card, and that's what I mean. It's like, I said it for Capricorn too. This message is coming through right now for a lot of people in this 1111 portal. Rise up. Rise up. Look how big you are. Look how amazing you are. Leave that little pet. It wants to cuss for a lot of people tonight. It's like, leave that little petty shit behind you and keep going. You are a giant, giantess, or a giant if you are a sir, right? Like you were just on top of it. Channeling that magical energy. Woo. Aquarius, I hope you enjoyed that reading. There's some good vibes coming through for you right now, so I'm digging it. Let me know how it resonates in the comments, and like, share, subscribe as you see fit. Please check out Instagram, Facebook, wherever else you want to see me on some channels, and I will come back as soon as I can for the next batch of readings. Thank you.